Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Tyler Brock, who has found his way back on here. How are you?
Good. How are you, Casey?
Doing well. So I know track season is starting. We'll get to that in a minute, but I got to ask you how cross went for you.
Cross went pretty well, I would say. I was pretty happy to have cut off over 10 minutes for my 5K from freshman year, my first time to my final race ish. And unfortunately this season we wanted to get the win at the state meet, but we ended up placing third.
Okay, so I know you've gotten to race at a lot of these different places, and what was this last year like? Because I know that you know there you've had a lot of success over time, and this conference is just so insane, especially when you have a three-time state you have a state champion that has been that's just been on a run with Northville and what they've been able to do. Well,
Mhm.
what has that been like to just go up against really tough competition every really just every every meet and stuff like that?
It was it was pretty fun and good, I'd say, because racing against good competition can bring good times. And it was definitely quite different for me, because like racing up towards the top, taking the place of the other guys like Luke and Langley, uh, it was it was great having new competition and good competition.
Yeah. Okay. So you mentioned Luke, and you mentioned I'll mention Tyler specifically. Um, of course, you know how much those two came on here. But you know, going back to Tyler, I think also, you'll see why I'm tying this in. When you came in, you were like this, and I'm just going off of what you've said on here. It's just you were this quiet kid, and you didn't really know what to expect and all that stuff. And now senior year, one believe correct me if I'm wrong, you were one of the captains this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you ever look back on yourself and say, wow, I can't believe I did all that and I'm a totally different person than when I came in? Just kind of describe like this journey that you've been on.
So I came in as a freshman and I was very quiet. I didn't really talk to anybody for like the first 2 weeks. And then eventually Luke Campbell like started talking to me a bit and he's like, "Oh, I live like in your neighborhood. I live like 4 houses down. Like I can drive you." And I was a little scared to get in a car with a random person and ride with him, but eventually I started taking rides with him everywhere and I rode with him for the next like 2.5 years, I'd say, and we became really good friends. We hung out all the time and he took me under his wing and taught me a lot of the stuff I know. And then I'd say in my like junior and senior year, not sorry, sophomore and junior years, when that was when I started talking to Langley quite a bit more too, and getting to know him better, hang out with him more. And yeah.
So like how do you like come out of your shell? It's like, hey, these people are, and then now you're doing it with others. Have you kind of just seen that a little bit? It's like, hey,
Yeah, for sure. Like it takes it takes a while to start coming out of your shell, but if you when you hang around a lot of people who are out of their shell, very social people, it helps you become a lot more of a social person and start to take others under your wing. And by the time you're a senior and a captain like myself, then you start to take others and bring them up and try to get them to be more committed to the team.
yeah. So, I mean, I mentioned Langley because I know he wasn't always, he was kind of in the boat that you said with you, with, him not talking all the time. So, but it's just good to see that you've kind of, came out of that and now you're, bringing up the next generation, stuff like that. Um, I, we haven't talked since the cross season ended. What is that? I mean, I know you didn't get to be a state champion and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Um, I know you've came close so many times, but what has it meant to run for this program that has been successful in so long? And I know, yet you didn't come away at the state maybe what you wanted. but it was still a good career because, people will go their entire careers without even going to the state meet.
Yeah. I mean, it's been amazing. It's one of the best decisions I've made is joining the program. It's one of the big things who's what that has shaped who I am today. And I'm so grateful I joined the program and I had the best coach I could have ever asked for, Coach Elsie. And all my teammates and stuff are amazing. And even though we didn't win the last season, I'm so happy to have competed with Brighton cross country all 4 years.
And you see the impact that Elsie has had uh,
Yeah.
with everything because it's not just people that have came back. I mean, you saw what the coaches have done this year. Josh Partridge was an assistant this year.
Hmm.
Ashton Krill was another assistant this year. I know Josh did not run for LC. I know Ashton obviously did, but
Hmm.
what was it like to just be, a part of and because but you see all these people that come back every single year and every single meet.
Yeah. It's great being part of a program where the past runners on the team want to come back and support the team more and still like come out to stuff and catch up with you and everything. And like it was interesting seeing Ashton come back because when I was a freshman, he was one of my teammates and him coming back as a coach, that was definitely interesting. And it was a lot different than I expected. And it turned out pretty well. And then Partridge, I was very interested to see how this year went with Coach Monroe stepping down from the coaching position and then Partridge and Krill taking their place or taking her place. But it went very well, I'd
Yeah,
say.
yeah, I know Ashton's trying to get. I believe you're trying to get a teaching degree, so
Hmm.
uh, you never know what that could lead into. So,
Yeah.
but okay, so now that now we go from cross to track. Um, Last track season.
Yeah.
How's Tyler feeling about it?
I'm very excited to go to my last track season, and I definitely want to make the most of it and try and walk a get bleh, try and walk away again with a regional championship. And it's definitely interesting to see the new requirements to qualify for the state meet because they now you can qualify at any meet, but it's a absurd time, and then or you can qualify at the regional race, which is a slower time to qualify, but it's still faster than it was last year. So I'm interested to see how that'll go.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and there's always changes every year, especially with that. But I didn't even know that. But what's that going to be like? Now with you can qualify for the state meet at any time. What's that going to be like for you guys?
It may mean that the regional meet is less competitive, but with the times being so fast to qualify for the state meet outside of that, I still feel like the regional meet will be very competitive. So it probably won't change too much. It's just now we'll need to step it up even more to be able to run a faster time at the regional meet or possibly another meet before.
So you may you may get to qualify for conferences. You never know.
Yeah.
It's that. But now just from a just a school perspective, I mean, we're recording this in February.
Mm.
You only have 4 months left.
Yeah.
Is it what how like are you just trying to enjoy it? Or just
Yeah.
like is it going by fast?
I definitely say it's going by fast. I mean, I can't believe we're already halfway done with my senior year of high school. Like it feels like I just stepped into high school. Like I still remember very well my freshman year, the first practice I walked into, and then like the first little bit of school, enjoying it, and then now it's like, oh my gosh, I'm a senior. Like it's already all like gone by me, and now I have to step into college and see how that goes. And
Like where we like what is this what are you most looking forward to? Like what do you want to accomplish in these next 4 months?
um, I want to try and meet a lot of new people in my grade that I can, and enjoy as much of it as I can and make a lot of memories, do a lot of fun stuff while I'm still in high school, and also have like a successful track season and get that regional championship, qualify for the state meet, and just enjoy as much of it as I can.
Have you added more phones to the phone collection?
Um, it's grown a little bit, I'd say, probably since the last time I was on here. I'm at about 160 now.
Keep all that stuff.
I have a big shelf, and then all the Apple phones stay on there, and then the Android phones I kind of keep those away in some bins. But
Well, stop it. Are you just saying that because okay, for if you've known me for a long time, a proud Android user over here. Yeah,
yeah,
talking to
I
you on
love my iPhones.
all right, thank you for that. I am talking to you though on an Apple computer though.
Yeah.
So, it also, in all seriousness, it does lead into what you want to do,
hmm
high school past college. Um, what do you want to do, Tyler?
Ideally, I'd like to work for Apple. I mean, so what my plan is right now is I'm going to go to Michigan State and get like a business degree or IT degree and try and get like an internship for Apple while in college. And then that way, when I'm out of college, I can work at like base store at Apple and then eventually ideally work my way up in the company. But if that doesn't work out, then I could be IT for some company. But
Yeah, fun stuff. Before he before you see him at your neighborhood friendly Apple store, probably running his senior year of track. Tyler, always a pleasure to come on, and yes, we'd love to have you on again at some point.
yeah.
All right, we'll talk to you soon, buddy.